Hey everybody, Befron here, and today we're going to be opening our first Secret Lair. Let's jump in. Alright, so as promised, we're going to be opening up this Secret Lair, so that'll be the first part of the video. And then I'm also going to do a little bit of a what I'm buying next for Secret Lairs. So there's a couple Secret Lairs that are out now as I'm filming this episode. So we're going to go over those and some of the ones that I've found that are valuable, and I would recommend that maybe you all consider buying if you're in the market for some good Secret Lairs. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in to our first Secret Lair opening ever on Befron TCG. This is the special guest Kellogg's Loops. And for those who don't know, Secret Lairs are basically these collections of, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that Wizards of the Coast sells directly through the website in packages, and they are, generally speaking, some kind of collaboration with an artist or something like that, some kind of special printing of the card. So this is not the first one I've bought, but this is the first one I'm opening on the channel. So there were some really good cards in this. I'm not going to spoil it, but we're going to go ahead and open this up and see how we do. Or, well, I guess that's the thing. So it's not really a let's see how we do kind of thing, because the cards that are in these are actually always set. Like there's nothing random about this, right? You get the same 4 or 5 cards in every Secret Lair that you get. What's also nice about this is they turn this into like a little envelope packet thing. These used to be boxes, not huge boxes, but they were like, maybe this big square and this thick. But this saves on a lot of packing, which is pretty nice. I always like that. So opened our first Secret Lair. The seal is broken. Let's open it up and see how these look. So we get first a postcard. I don't know, it's definitely the size of a postcard, but it's not an actual postcard. For being a part of the Secret Lair. What? Do I get a prize? This is not a piece of card. Oh, thank you, I see. Thank you in the background is written here for being a part of the Secret Lair. Okay, great. Not a postcard. And then just in an envelope, here are the 4 cards, and right on top is the card that I think everybody was excited about, Mystic Remora. This is the first printing of this card in over 20 years. The first printing of this was in Ice Age back in the mid-90s, and now we are finally getting a reprint of this card in Mystic Remora. It was like a 25-cent card forever, and then people found it really good in Commander as a nice one-drop to draw a ton of cards, and it spiked up to like, now it's probably $5, $6, $7, $8, maybe even $10. So really good to finally see a reprint, and a really beautiful card too. So not only is this a reprint, but even if you already have a Mystic Remora that you play with, it's just a really nice looking card too. This, like, I guess it's a catfish or something like that. Really good card. And let's go ahead and open up to see what we have in the rest of this packet. Again, that was kind of the main thing that I think a lot of people were looking for, because it just has been so long since Mystic Remora has been reprinted. Trying to be really careful with this plastic so I don't mess up any of the cards. We'll also take a look at some of these and see about the condition. I think they were pretty well packaged. I mean, they were flatly placed into the envelope. Pretty hard to mess up, but we'll see how we do. So let's look at this Mystic Remora. We got the Retreat to Coral Helm. This is probably the worst one in the set. I don't know, this is like a 50-cent card, just a little landfall card that doesn't even really have a great landfall trigger. But that's okay, it's still a nice looking card. I don't think I play it in any of my decks, so I can't even replace this. But if you do play a Retreat to Coral Helm, it looks a lot nicer. And Burgeoning, this is actually an excellent card. I'm probably going to put this in either my landfall or my enchantment deck. Whenever an opponent plays a land, you may place a land card from your hand to the battlefield. So excellent card for ramp. And also, again, a lot prettier printing too. I think this card has also been a while since it's reprinted. Maybe not quite as long as Mystic Remora, but again, quite a while. So it's really good to see another reprint of that. And Utopia Sprawl, a nice one-drop ramp. So you can see the theme of this Secret Lair has been one-drop ramp, right? One-drop draw, one-drop ramp, one-drop ramp. Utopia Sprawl, still a really good card. I mean, I think even the regular printing is like $5 or so, $6 still. It's been reprinted now a couple times in some of the Commander decks. So that's been nice to see. And then our, oh, this is a surprise. I don't think we know about this. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know there's something else. Predatory Sliver, okay. Not going to complain. I need to read more about this. I didn't know there was another card. I thought all Secret Lairs came with just the standard cards that you get. So that's cool. Sliver creatures get +1/+1. Very nice. So overall, let me know what you think of this Secret Lair. Again, this was really what I was in the game for, and they all look really nice. Nice condition, well packaged. So I am pretty happy with this. Let me know what you think of this Secret Lair. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit, put these away, get these all sleeved up, and then we'll go ahead and jump onto the computer where I'll show you some of the Secret Lairs I'm going to go ahead and buy next. All right, so this is the set of Secret Lairs that I'm buying next. So you can see that Secret Lairs are all time limited, right? So they print as much as people order, but you only have about 30 days from release to order these. So these have been out online for about 10 days. I hope to be posting this video pretty soon, so probably by the time you watch this, it'll still have, 18 or 19 days left to order these. So overall, you'll still have about 2.5 weeks to go ahead and place your orders before these close forever. But again, just wanted to share some of the Secret Lairs that I've found that I think could be pretty valuable. And if you're in the market for Secret Lairs, you might want to consider picking up. The first one by far is the Secret Lair Transformers. And the reason for this is, again, when I recommend things to you guys, I try to go by value, not because, money is the most important thing in the game, but because that's something that is kind of always an element in terms of your buying decisions, right? Regardless of whether you like the art or whether you don't like the art or the gameplay, at the end of the day, you have a certain amount of money that you can spend on the game and you want to spend that wisely. And so if you are purely looking at this from a value perspective, this Transformers Secret Lair is really the one to get. So as you can see, all the cards are, of course, Transformers themes. You have Optimus Prime, Megatron, and the Allspark. Comes with 3 cards. This picture is a little deceiving. These 3 cards are all double-faced. So, the Megatron one has 2 sides, one for his humanoid form and then one for when he's a tank. Then the Optimus Prime has one for when he's like a human form and then one when he's the truck. So again, double side. There's only 3 cards in here, even though it looks like 6. And this is a little up close view of the art. And then the actual cards, again, this is very deceiving. So it says cards 6. So you might think there's 6 cards. Really, there's only 3 cards. A lot of these are double-sided. So the first one right here is the Megatron card, which this is one of those cards where, they call it Megatron for the flavor and the theme. But really, if you zoom in, it's Blightsteel Colossus. So, you treat the card in the game like it's called Blightsteel Colossus, even though it's kind of Megatron with a flavor, right? And this card is really what makes this whole Secret Lair worth it. Blightsteel Colossus is trading at about $55 right now. I don't know why they're putting this card into a Secret Lair. It seems like something they should put into a Double Master set or one of these really high-end, collection sets things. But I'm not complaining. It's a really cool looking card. Again, I don't know how you feel about Transformers and whether or not they belong in Magic. I'm a little on the fence about that myself. I think it's a little weird to just put Transformers into Magic. It's kind of very against the, feel of Magic, I guess I would say. But it's good value, and I like Transformers in general, so, I'm okay with the IP that's being brought in. It's a little weird with Magic, but I think it's some pretty cool art on these cards. But yeah, again, from a purely value perspective, it's crazy. Secret Lairs sell for $30. Well, technically, the non-foil versions sell for $30. The foil versions sell for $40. But I do not trust Magic the Gathering's foiling process. All the cards tend to curl. So I always go for the non-foil versions, as you saw with the Secret Lair I just opened. So $30 for 3 cards, one of which alone is worth $55. Crazy. So yeah, Blightsteel Colossus makes the whole thing worth it. The Allspark is, as you can see here, doubling cube. Also a decent card. By all means, it's that's sitting at about $10 or so, double the amount of mana of each type that you have. So you get a ton of ramp pretty quickly. And there's some good combos about that, like with Jeweled Lotus, the one that came out in the first Commander's Legends. Jeweled Lotus, I think it's called. Jeweled Lotus, where you play that, you get your 3 mana. that you can only spend on your commander, but then you can play the doubling cube for its effect, and then you get 3 more mana that you can spend for anything. So you double the amount of mana, but it doesn't come with that restriction that the Jeweled Lotus mana has that you can only spend on your commander. So that's a good card. And again, you know, only $10 out of the $30 value, but when you pile that on top of an already $55 card, that's pretty good. And then the last one is Optimus Prime, which is Darksteel Colossus. Not quite as good a card. It's about $6, but again, still $6 plus the Allspark or the doubling cube being 17, and then the Blightsteel Colossus, you're looking at over $70 of value for a $30 pack of 3 cards. So that's pretty nuts. I would recommend this, again, purely from a value perspective. If you just want the cards, you want real copies of the cards to play with, by all means, pick this one up. It's a good deal. I don't think I've ever seen a Secret Lair that has this much value in it from, again, pure just I want the cards perspective. I don't, you know, if you just like the cards or you don't like the cards because of the Optimus Prime and Transformers things, then make your own decisions based on that. But from purely value perspective, this one makes a lot of sense. I have 2 more that I'm recommending, which, again, from a value perspective, I think they kind of make sense. They're kind of right on the edge. This next one is another artist one, so it's not like where they're taking another IP, like intellectual property from Transformers or something like that. Again, similar to the Secret Lair I just opened here on camera, they are hiring an artist or, you know, commissioning an artist to make these Secret Lair cards kind of in special artwork. So again, these are all reprints. In this case, there are 5 cards in this Secret Lair here, and we can see 4 out of 5 of them here. Sarah's Ascendant is a classic commander card. It's effectively a 1-drop 6/6 with flying and lifelink, right? If you have 30 or more life, Sarah's Ascendant has +5/+5 in flying. So guess what? In Commander, you play with 40 life. Sarah's Ascendant is a 6/6. That sits at about $20 now for the last printing of that. So that alone almost makes the set worth it. Demonic Consultation, another good card. This has not been printed at all since Ice Age, just like the Mystic Remora I opened. So it's only at $7 for such an old card. That's not too high. That's the other value card. And then Winds of Change. This Winds of Change I've seen all over the place. There's a few different printings in early Magic the Gathering times. It looks like it kind of averages out to maybe about $10 or so. You can get a few like damaged printings, you know, played printings for maybe 7 or 8. But Winds of Change, Demonic Consultation, and Sarah Ascendant are the 3 big cards, and they bring the value of the set to about $35 or so, which is pretty good. And then 2 more commander staples, which are always good. Rapid Hybridization, I mean, that's like a $1 or $2 card, but I'm sure that if you play any blue decks at all, I'm sure you play Rapid Hybridization. So, you know, it's not a super valuable card, but if you just want a cool way to like bling out your deck and make it a little cooler looking, I guess, there you go. There's your Rapid Hybridization, and I'm sure you can play that. And same thing with Llanowar Elves. If you, obviously it goes in every elf deck, but even just some, you know, generic green rampy kind of decks, that's a good card. So again, not a super valuable card, but it's a nice easy way to kind of add a little more flair to your decks if that's what you like to do. You know, right there, again, everybody plays the Llanowar Elves in some deck that they've had or have. So by all means, get that one and add it to your deck. And a nice little collection of 5 cards. So again, 3 really valuable cards and 2 that are just kind of nice to have that could bling out your deck a little bit. And finally, the last Secret Lair in this that I'm recommending, and again, this is all from the December Super Drop that ends in about 3 weeks at time of filming. And again, hopefully by the time I post this, you'll still have about 18 days, 17 days to order these. This is the Wizards of the Street. So I guess kind of like a street art style is what I'd call this. This one is a little bit more right on the fence as far as value goes. Baral and Spellseeker being all the value, actually Spellseeker being most of the value. So Spellseeker is just a really good tutor. It's sitting at about $25 for the last printing. And then Baral, who's a nice way to lower the cost of your instants and sorceries, he's sitting at about $5 or $6. So between those 2, that's the $30, and that makes back the value of your Secret Lair. Again, you can get all of these in foil if that's what you're into, but again, I don't really trust Wizards of the Coast foiling process because all the cards just bend and curl. so I always get the non-foil, and that's kind of the gauge I'm giving you the prices on. So these two really make up all the value. Between Baral and Spellseeker, you're definitely getting $30 worth of cards. Magus of the Wheel and Kess Dissident Mage are both very cheap cards, $1 or less. I don't know anybody who really plays Kess. Magus, I mean, Magus is a pretty generic, you know, wheel card. So if you like wheel and actually, you know, kind of plays well with this Winds of Change theme, that's also kind of a wheel card. So if you have a very wheel type deck, you know, I'm sure you can play Magus. Not as easy to play Kess. So anyway, those are the 3 Secret Lairs that I will be buying. Let me know what you think of these. Let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be buying. And, you know, let me know what you think of my review of these. Am I right? Am I wrong? Or do these look ugly? Do these look beautiful? Let me know what you think. Anyway, again, my name is Befron TCG. I hope you enjoyed the first ever Secret Lair opening and Secret Lair buy list review that we've ever done on this channel. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave some comments down below what you think of this kind of video and which of these Secret Lair cards you're going to buy. And again, if you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and come back and watch next time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.